Tips to pump your flexi board. Number one, once you're up to speed, find a good rhythm and just get your body gyrating. That's right. Timing is key. Diving into the carve, you're gonna feel a lot of your weight flexing into the board, and then right as you're coming out of that carve, changing direction, you're gonna feel this floating sort of sensation. This would be the moment where you would either high side, or you would get ready to drop into your next carve and really compress your board to be able to get more energy out of it in the following carve.
You're not only gonna push sideways, because some people do that, doing like this, doesn't work. So you gotta do sideways, but also forward. Dig in, push in every carve. Heels, toes, momentum, carving.
Dig your toes, dig your heel into the board, get up on your toes, kind of monkey toe action going on there, and maybe hang your heel off just a little bit. You're looking for as much leverage as you can get to really get the most pumping out of your board.
So you're gonna use the flex on your board to dive into it and then release and follow that movement and get ready for the other one. And so it's back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It all starts on your shoulders.
Use your arms.
Your torso is gonna follow.
You want that upper body to be throwing the momentum around while your lower body and your only legs,
and then your knees, and then your toes, and then your feet, and then your wheel,
are translating that momentum into a pumping sort of snake-like serpentine movement.
You gotta feel the energy of your board, man.
putting a pumping setup together, you want your front truck to be really turning and your back truck to be really dead. That allows you to really ride at the front, and for the back to truck or to track, and then that'll be your power position. So you're gonna push off the back to create more power in your pump. This is set up to be able to ride right on the nose, 10 inches wide right in the front. So you're gonna have your foot fully across the front trucks, and that's just where you're gonna get all your power from. You can move back a little bit and flex out this board. We're gonna make it 3 different flexes. 7-ply maple, we're going to do a 6-ply maple, 1-ply oak on the bottom, and then an 8-ply maple, and that will correspond to your individual weight. This is one of our testers. We're going to make these things to order, so if you want to do something special, hit me up and we'll talk about it. We're not going to do fiberglass, but I'll do different variations of wood, and the clear coat that we put on these things is damn near bomb proof, so it's gonna last you really well. We named this board the Genesis because we considered, the wave motion of pumping to be kind of like the first pluck of the universe, from which all overtones then create our 3-dimensional world.
Your flexi board to pump properly. Let's first start with the wheels. You could go with grippy wheels to get the most grip out of every single carve, so there's never any slip, and you're never losing any of your momentum and your speed. Or you can go with a stone ground rounded edge wheel, which will allow you to still pump pretty decently, but you'll be able to sneak in a little bit of a snap slide here and there for added pleasure. My recommendation is to do grippy wheels to be able to get the most out of your carves and your pumping. There's many kinds of pumping. We're teaching you the skateboard pumping. Next, we move on to trucks. Your decision is between wider trucks or narrower trucks. I think your decision should be based on the overall size of your board. If you have a wider board or a longer board, it's usually a good idea to go with wider trucks. Also good to remember that if you're trying to do bigger wheels, wider trucks are going to be better. Gives you a little bit more clearance so you avoid getting wheel bite. The problem with having wider truck is that you won't be able to pump very easily at slower speeds. You're going to have to get a couple kicks in. You'll be able to really start diving into those carves. So every time you're carving in, the trucks are less likely to be tipping over and leaving the ground. So you can really send it into every single one of those carves. On the other hand, there is narrower trucks. You'll be able to start wiggling right away. You don't have to get to a certain speed. You could probably start from standing or stopped position and just a little bit of turn, 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 and all of a sudden you're just wiggling off. Their ability to have that quick and sudden twitching ability, however, that's the downside too. Your top speed isn't going to be as high as with wider trucks, and it'll be more unstable once you reach higher speeds. So what kind of bushings will you be using? You could probably go with the stock bushings on whatever trucks you get. It's basically personal preference. You could try cones because it's easier, but then once you start experimenting, super high rebound or high rebound bushings like the orangutan nipples would be fantastic. Bearings. You can literally use any bearings. You don't need a trip. Don't even trip, dog. Ceramic, doesn't even matter. ABEC 7s, yeah, sure, why not? ABEC 3s, cool, that's fine. Fidget spinner, yeah, sure, why not? Crappy Walmart bearings, probably not a good idea.